Harlem's gonna be watching. No pressure, right? It's all good, though. I've been waiting for this my entire life. And now be ready.
It's an All-Eastern Conference matchup in today's game as the Celtics come into town for this one. Hi, everyone. We're happy to have you with us for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. The Nets will look to their home court advantage, just one game here in Brooklyn. Well, compared to last season, you'd have to say the start to this season has not been quite what you'd expect. They hope to. Looking at the last game for the Brooklyn Nets, it was a win against the Boston Celtics.
They just looked stable pretty much from the get-go, guys. I mean, sometimes you'll see some inconsistencies come up in a road game that you don't see at home, but not the case in that one.
Tremendous balance on display, Greg. I mean, when you look at who was carrying the scoring load, making assists, playing unselfishly, I mean, they had it all working, and that led to the nice road win.
Outside Jack. Shot clock at 6.
And guys, looking at Jarrett Jack, one word comes to mind: professional. I mean, he's as solid as they come. Tough, capable, experienced, and he proved it all again last season.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
That's good from Jack. Talking about Jarrett Jack, he is especially dangerous at the end of the game. Not only does he make great decisions, Clark, he was a top 10 free throw shooter last season.
Yeah. Experienced, tough-minded ball handlers and shot makers are always valuable, especially when it's winning time.
Puts up a 3. And it's Freak missing. Nets trail by 5. Jack dishes to Robinson. There's the pick. Inside. There's Hollis Jefferson, and he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
And that's such solid, fundamental basketball on display right there, guys.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up the dunk.
And, guys, it was a terrific understanding between teammates that made that possible. They really did read each other well there.
Robinson, that's good.
Yeah, and that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish. Yeah,
and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
Here's Freak. And it's off target. Not sure why he took that one. For Boston, they come into this one following a loss to Brooklyn.
And you don't have to go too deep into the box score to figure out why they lost that one. They just had an inability on that day to make shots.
You know, sometimes we talk about a defense getting into the heads of the opposing players, Greg, but that night they got up in their own heads, just got in their own way and couldn't get out of it.
And both teams on fire from the opening tip.
Well, I don't doubt it, Greg. We're going to have an entertaining game of basketball here today. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that's the case.
Kicks it out to Bargnani. And a great assist by Jack as that one goes in. Bargnani's got his first points of the night.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Now here's Freak. He's guarded closely. It's Lee, top of the key. 5 on the clock. Fires, high post. And it's Freak missing.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter. Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
Shoots a 3.
Boston foul call. First personal foul. Checking in for the Celtics. Kelly Olynyk.
Outside Jack. No good on that last second attempt there. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Nets lead by 4. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And Celtics head coach Brad Stevens lured away from a very successful tenure with the Butler Bulldogs. He talked about the challenge of making that decision.
The only hard part of that decision is leaving a place that you really loved for 13 years. I couldn't have left without knowing that it was a place that we were going to stay together and really commit to a process together. And I was sold on that, and I continue to be sold on it.
I wonder if Coach Brad Stevens feels like he's recruiting another college class with all those draft picks locked in his stockpile.
Well, I don't know how he would address that question, but I do know he's feeling real good.
The Celtics have gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter.
And not many people expected anyone from the Atlantic to do much last season. Boston was the surprise of the division as they ended up making the playoffs.
Hollis Jefferson is out there with Robinson. Then it's Bargnani. Then there's Wayne Ellington. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 2. So that's the Nets 5. Feeds it to Johnson. Lee outside. Tipped away. Stolen by Robinson. And here is Ellington. He had 10 points in the win against the Celtics in Boston.
And don't forget about his playmaking in that game either. I mean, he did a great job of attacking the D and creating opportunities for both himself and his teammates.
Here's Hollis Jefferson. Turner covering. They double him with Freak. Clock at 6. Plenty of space. No good. Now Boston takes it the other way. And for Boston against the rest of the Atlantic Division, they were tough. They ended up going 12-4 in the division, which was a big reason, Clark, they made the playoffs.
And you know, those 12 wins against the rest of the Atlantic, Kevin, were a division best. Even the Raptors, who won the division, only had 11 wins against the Atlantic.
Boston trailing. Pass to Turner. Johnson the screen. Pulls up on the elbow. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Launches it. Evan Turner grabs the board.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had early.
Yeah, after a first quarter where they struggled from long range, they've really started to get it closer to the basket.
Yeah, and that's a nice adjustment on their part, Greg. Even for the best three-point shooting teams, sometimes you got to do a little something different to get your offense going.
And let's take this chance now to break out the list of the league's leading teams in the steals department. In third, the Nets.
You can't get careless with the basketball against this group. I mean, they'll pick your pocket, and no surprise to see them in the upper echelon as far as steals.
He kicks it to Lee. There's 42 seconds left now here in the second. Stolen by Bargnani. Now here's Ellington. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Pass to Bogdanovich. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Bogdanovich has got 4 points this quarter. Here's Freak. Trying his luck deep. Happy to see that one drop, shooting a paltry 2 for 9.
They brought up their three-point percentage this quarter. They're shooting it well right now. The defense may need to think about making some kind of adjustment to slow that down.
Here's Bargnani. No good from 11 feet. Freak. The shot is off. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. It's the Celtics up by 3. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. I'm here with David Lee. And David, tell us what your approach was defensively in this game tonight.
Well, we made some mistakes here and there. Our biggest thing is if we don't turn the ball over, I think we're going to be okay. They got a couple easy buckets in transition.
Thank you for the time, sir. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of quarter number 3.
Okay, good job battling them out there. Let's talk about some crucial areas from the first half. I like the way we're valuing the basketball. Keeping those turnovers down has really helped us throughout the first 2 quarters. I'll give you a compliment though. The ball movement's been excellent. Love how many buckets we're getting off assists. Okay, one more thing. A smooth flow to the second half is just what we're looking for. Let's keep things moving, but not at some kind of breakneck pace. We know we're up against a tough team tonight. Let's show them we're just as tough.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. Nice game. Great performance by Isaiah Thomas.
How about the magic touch he had on display there in that first half in terms of finding his teammates? Just a plethora of assists.
Plethora, you're going deep into that dictionary of yours, man. It's not a common occurrence with this guy, though. Typically, he's more of a finisher, but that's not been the case in this one.
Bargnani is checked in for Thaddeus Young. Some changes for Boston.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Celtics.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today. You know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And this victory tonight will even up the season series 1-1. Consider it repayment for the last time these two teams met. They get their revenge here with 2 more left to play on the year against the Nets.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Isaiah Thomas. There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
On the court for the Celtics, Freak in at point guard. Evan Turner is out there with Amir Johnson. Then it's Kelly Olynyk, and it's Smart in at the shooting guard position. Here's Robinson, powered down with both hands.
Fellas, that two-hand monster slam was vicious.
I don't think there was anyone, and I mean anyone, that could have stopped him on that one.
I tell you what, I'm glad they didn't try, because somebody might have got their feelings hurt.
Here's Olynyk. Soft touch off the glass.
Well, guys, they came in here and really took charge from the opening tip. This is such a tough thing to do for a visiting team. This contest was played on their terms.
And, you know, that's not the way it usually works in the NBA. It's going to be a great win, and you know it's going to be a happy plane ride out of here for sure. Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Here's Freak. No good with the triple. Ellington with it. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. And we send you now over to Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin, and now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Isaiah Thomas.
This guy is explosive as any guard in the league, and he's got a craftiness to his game and a work ethic that just does not quit. Whether it's creating for teammates or putting up them buckets himself, Isaiah Thomas finds a way to get it done.
Anytime you deliver that sort of production we saw from him tonight, you're going to put your team in position to win. He gave them points in bunches, and when they needed them. It's not always about how much you get, but when you get those points up on the board.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.
What a life, eh, freak? 1 minute you're playing 21 and horse on the courts in Harlem, and the next moment you're in the showroom, configuring the gunmetal and graphite exterior of your luxury car and your iPad mini. Oh, I bet you get a crazy crowd when you drive that car around the block in the old neighborhood, huh?
Yeah, living the dream. Mad pandemonium. But folks from back around the way are real proud of me.
Yeah, I hear you. Local kid makes good. You know, it kind of reminds me of when I took my tech stock public and I rang the New York Stock Exchange bell, and my mom's friends called her up and said, "Maggie, is that your son on Bloomberg News this morning ringing the bell?" And my mom says, "Yes, sirree, Bob, it was him." That was a great moment, freak. And you know, our lives are like a pearl necklace of great moments, all strung together with the finest silk thread of memories. And we have to be very careful how we cultivate those pearls and we thread that necklace.
Does this meeting by any chance have to do with Vic Van Leer?
I grew up in the burbs, freak. I wasn't poor, upper middle class, comfortable. My daddy worked as an accountant for one of the largest insurance firms in the country. Smart with his money. Mom didn't have to work. I went to boarding school. And then my dad died of a heart attack when I was a freshman at MIT. I was a movie geek, wanted to be a civil engineer, but I made my fortune by becoming a hybrid of both those interests. My dad didn't want me to be an accountant. Oh, listen to this. My best friend was a guy named Isidore. Yeah, we called him Izzy. He was one of the smartest human beings I have ever met in my life. I mean, Izzy was taking second-year college calculus courses as a high school sophomore, right? Straight-A student, full ride to MIT. Izzy had the world at his fingertips. But he was always looking for trouble, and trouble found him. He ran with the wrong crowd. And when we got to MIT, he got this great job working for a financial consulting firm in Boston. But every weekend, he would fly to Vegas. You see, Izzy had a system for counting cards in Vegas that had the big casinos on the Strip. Oh, stymied. He would come back to MIT with suitcases filled with $200,000 in cold cash.
What?
Yeah.
So your man Izzy was getting hit off like that?
Like a fat rat in a cheddar cheese factory, freak.
Okay, so what happened to this dude Izzy? Because he's dope.
No, not dope. Dead. After he'd been missing for 3 weeks, the Nevada State Police never found hide nor hair of Isidore. And our friendship took a hit when he asked me to hang out with him in Vegas, and I said I wouldn't do it because I knew he was on a dark and twisted path in his life. And yes, he was my dude. But no way was I gonna throw my life away trying to show my loyalty to a guy who really and truly didn't understand what loyalty was all about.
So this meeting is about Vic.
Correctamente.
Okay, well, sir, Vic isn't Izzy.
And why's that, freak?
Well, for one thing, you and your dead friend Izzy didn't grow up poor. Me and Vic grew up in a neighborhood where we had to look over our shoulder every 2 seconds to make sure nobody was going to walk up on us and rob us.
True. Izzy and I did not grow up in the hood. But we, like you, thankfully grew up in a 2-parent household. But even that wasn't enough for Izzy. He wasn't satisfied. He was always looking for a 5-alarm fire when he already had the warmth and comfort of a loving family. This is not about class warfare, freak. This is about the consequences of making bad choices and risking it all when you feel like you have nothing to lose.
Vic is like a brother to me, sir.
But you shouldn't be Brother Vic's keeper, freak. Would a brother go looking for trouble and put your career and your livelihood at risk by getting into fights at nightclubs and seedy after-hour joints and then scream to the media, yeah, it's all good, I'm an FOF, friendo freak. It's all misunderstanding. Y'all be haters, don't hate my game. I don't think a brother would do that to someone they really cared about, but a guy who looked at you like a meal ticket would.
No. So you don't understand Vic.
Really? I don't understand.
No.
Look, man, it was a misunderstanding with the guy in the next VIP booth. His honey started flirting with me, so naturally I started flirting back. Next thing I know, Captain Cornball's all over my grill piece beefing. Next thing he know, he got a 2-piece and a biscuit on his left eye. Hey, I don't know who hit him, and it damn sure wasn't me. Hey, Captain Cornball's mad because I'm an FOF, friend of freak. Hey, but check this out though. He needs to train that hottie before he leave the house though. Yo, he's hotties ain't loyal, man.
What's there to understand? Are you freaking blind? You know, I just want to know, how much did you pay your lawyers to make all this go away?
Almost $100,000.
Excuse me, son, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I said I paid almost $100,000.
Exactly. And if you keep riding shotgun with Vic, you're gonna go broke. Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Look, Vic is my friend, and I grew up with him. How many times I gotta tell you, sir?
Freak, this is not a request. I am not asking you to do this. I am telling you to do this. And the first order of business is that Mr. Vic Van Leer is banned from traveling with you on the road. Vic is banned from the locker room. And Vic is banned from this arena. And if I catch this guy, Vic, in or anywhere near the facilities, Mr. Vic Van Leer will be arrested for trespassing.
Are you serious, sir?
Brother, I'm as serious as cancer. We all know that can be deadly.
You know, when me and Vic were kids, playing summer tournaments at the Dome, we always imagined making it to the pros, right? And after the crowds left, just a street light was on the court, like 11:30, 12 midnight, even 1 in the morning sometimes. We used to practice player introductions, running on the court, giving dap, high-fiving the teammates. Vic, he would act as an announcer. You know, he would introduce me, announce my name on the loudspeaker, and the Jumbotron would flash my image like a little guy dressed in long shorts and a jersey. And now, fresh off his 3-game, 62-point scoring streak, the youngest player to ever do so in NBA history, Frequency Vibrations. So me and Vic would sit in those empty bleachers at the Dome and dream like nobody's business. And now I'm living a dream. For real. And in so many ways, Vic was part of that.
Please, listen to me. I mean, I know this guy's your dude from way back.
Look, me and Vic go way back like the front seats of a 67 Cadillac.
That's good. We go way back. Did you say front seats?
Front seats of a 67 Cadillac.
We go way back like the front seats of a 67 Cadillac. Well, do you have any crickets? I'm going to be the hit once again at Herbie Allen's Sun Valley Shindig because my fellow billionaires love it when I walk and talk that talk.
So that almost sounds...
No, let me tell you exactly what it sounds like. I respect, admire, and most importantly, love you as a human being and a role model. But I pay you a lot. And I mean, I pay you a lot of money to play for my team. And I am in this game to win it. And you can't win it with an albatross around your neck like Vic. So Vic is done. History. And here's some more lingo that I picked up from a former megastar who used to play for me several seasons ago. Thought I would never release him until I did. And now he's the sixth man on a struggling team in Venice. And yeah, I'm talking Venice with the canals and the gondolas and Harry's bar, not the street ballers next to the fortune tellers on the beach in Cali. This guy used to tell me when he thought there was a player destroying our team, don't be a hero, cut that zero. And that is what I am telling you about Vic, freak. Don't be a hero, cut that zero. The only thing Vic brings into your life is headache and unwanted and unnecessary negative attention. And it will begin to affect your mindset. And when it affects your mindset, it's going to affect your play. And when it affects your play, it's going to affect my team. And when it affects my team, it's going to affect my money. And if it affects my money, Google Translate will become your new freaking friend. I want a championship ring, freak, and I want you to help me get that ring. And banners after banners hanging from the rafters in this arena. So, freak, hear me clearly and hear me good. V, G, Vic, gotta go. Handle your business that revolves around your conduct on and off the court and how it can negatively impact my team. Now, I don't want you to have to learn Italian or Croatian as a second language. And hey, playing pro ball overseas, there's nothing wrong with that. But the arenas are nothing like this, nor will the money be the same. And on top of all of that, the greatest freaking country in the world. Ask yourself, is Vic worth all that? Think about it. Think long, think wrong.
Tell you about Vic. He has his bad rap. It's not, and I understand some of his judgments might shadow his actual character. He's not that at all. Man, Vic, let me tell you something. We actually, we have love for each other. We're brothers. Blood couldn't make us any closer at all. I mean, he has so much loyalty to me and to my family. You can see even Cece, has issues with him, but he still loves her. He still loves her.
LeBron James. What more can you say about the guy that hasn't already been said? He can play anywhere on the court, and he gets it done on both ends like nobody else in the league. If we can't slow him down, this game could get out of hand real quick. It's going to be one of the biggest tests of the season for me, that's for sure. Time to step up.
Coming to you live on this Tuesday night, it's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. The Celtics make a quick stop here in front of their Boston fans just one game before heading back out. This their first chance this season playing the Cavaliers. The previous season series split right down the middle. These teams were quite evenly matched.
And here we go. The first in what will be a 3-game season series between the two teams.
Yeah, no splits here, partner. One team will have bragging rights and a win tonight.
Tristan Thompson comes in for Kevin Love. And J.R. Smith's subbed in for Iman Shumpert.
Well, so far for Coach Brad Stevens, the Celtics have had nothing but praise for their outstanding young coach. No surprise for those of us who know Brad. The team is really moving ahead in the rebuilding process, and he gets a lot of the credit for that.
And so in the game for the Cavaliers, the forwards are LeBron and Thompson. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. And it's Varejao in at the 5 spot. 6 to shoot. James against Turner. Hits the front of the rim and out. And part of the reason why the Celtics are ahead of schedule in the rebuild is because of Coach Brad Stevens. He has everyone on the same page.
You know what? You talk around the league about Coach Stevens, and other coaches are just astounded by his work ethic. People around the league think he's already a top coach and could be one of the greats by the time he's done if he stays at the professional level.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shots.
That free throw, no good. The Boston Celtics figured to be near the bottom of the league last year. In many ways, they outperformed a lot of people's expectations.
And by no means were they a contender at any point, but they very well could be ahead of themselves in terms of the rebuilding process.
Williams, he's checked in for Kyrie Irving. And the second free throw, good.
And with the Celtics being a surprise threat near the end of last season, even their losses were close games.
Here's Freak. The stupendous finish in traffic. Freak's got his first bucket of the night.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen. To back up your point about the Celtics being in close games, I mean, their point differential on the year was less than where you would expect it to be for a team that made the playoffs. I mean, it really gives you an idea of how many close games they played.
Nice ball movement by Boston. The shot by Turner, no good.
And as far as jump shots go, that's what you have to continue to try and get.
I don't know how that one stayed out. Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
And that will fall. The three-pointer on the line from Freak. Freak's got 5 now.
And both teams on fire from the opening tip.
Well, I don't doubt it, Greg. We're going to have an entertaining game of basketball here today. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that's the case. Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
Takes it from 10, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
And that's what they have to do more of. They got a great look out of that possession.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. LeBron kicks to Varejao. Smith outside. Back to Varejao. Williams with a clean look. And it's off from three-point range. Gets it off. No good on the buzzer beater. The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. Cavaliers ahead. They're up by 2. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And here's Freak on his experience as a one-and-done college player.
It was definitely a hard decision. I had to sit down with my family and weigh the options and really take the time to figure out what's best for me. It was tough. I mean, I loved my team, my coaches, and just the whole college experience, you know. But on the other hand, there's always a risk of injury, you know. I just felt like I was ready to take my game to the next level, so why wait? And I think it turned out for the best. No regrets.
Now with more and more freshmen, Clark, making the jump to the pros, we can expect to hear more stories like this, I'm sure.
Well, without question, Kevin, that's the case and the landscape that we find ourselves in. But, you know, there's something to be said for developing all 4 years in college.
Checked in for Bradley, and Freak subbed in for Isaiah Thomas. Freak, he's in at the point. Jay Crowder out there with David Lee. Then there's Smart, and it's Olynyk in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. And that one's good. Freak.
You got this. You got this.
Cleveland's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range. And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Hornets looks really strong. He ended with 7 points and played some lockdown defense as well, causing havoc on both ends of the floor. He was just too much to handle as he came off the bench to turn in a great outing, guys. They hope it continues.
And Doris, thank you so much. He couldn't have been much better in that game, could he, GA?
Not at all. He was great. I mean, that's for sure. If he wasn't at his best, he was awfully close.
Guys, he came to compete and win. Let's hope he's got that same attitude, that same energy, that same swag here tonight. That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively, and this lead, I think, is headed up.
Offensive rebound. Here's Thompson, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Amir Johnson's checked in for Kelly Olynyk.
And last season was one where Tristan Thompson transitioned from a starter to a bench role. Didn't let the move bother him and still put up solid numbers off the bench.
Well, for Thompson, he was great off the bench. You're right, Greg, for the Cavs last year. He even earned some Clark's Sixth Man of the Year consideration votes.
And deserved it because of how he played and his impact. He actually had his best year in terms of shooting efficiency. Shot a career-high 55% from the floor.
For Cleveland, they've gone 8 of 16 from the field in the second quarter. A nice, efficient 50%. Now, Smart. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Freak kicks to Johnson. With 1 on the clock. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. Tie game in Boston. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Hi, Kevin. A solid and competitive first half of basketball. LeBron, how do you feel about the team and its performance tonight?
Yeah, we're doing a good job. We're on the road. You know, our shooters. We missed a couple at the end. I wish we would have went in, but they're going to continue to shoot. But it's going to be a big second half for us. So we got to continue to play like we did in the first half.
Continuity is key, LeBron. Thank you. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half.
All right, listen up, everybody. The second half doesn't have to be as close as the first if we pay attention to a couple of things. First of all, a big nod to how well we've taken care of the basketball. We're not taking any unnecessary chances, and that's meant very few turnovers. I did like the scoring punch we got off the bench. That heated things up for us when we had to have a little something extra. And let's try to play the second half at a moderate pace. Not too slow, but not too fast that it turns into a shootout. That's not what we want. We know we're up against a tough team tonight. Let's show them we're just as tough.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. Without question, Avery Bradley displaying his skills today. So Boston going with almost an entire new group here. Amir Johnson's checked in for Tyler Zeller. Lee comes in for Jared Sullinger. Marcus Smart's checked in for Avery Bradley. And Freak subbed in for Thomas. Cleveland also making some changes. Verajao comes in for Mozgov. And it's Tristan Thompson in for Kevin Love. So on the floor for Cleveland. Filling out the wings, it's Shumpert and LeBron. Thompson and Verajao at the 4 and 5. And it's Irving at the 1 spot. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
And guys, the first year for David Blatt, he was second guessed at every turn. And that happens when you are picked to make the finals, but also when you coach LeBron James.
And for Black, Greg, everyone did wonder if he would be the right fit early. As the season wore on and the Cavs got tougher, those questions, Clark, went away.
Yeah, and I think most people forget that he's an iconic coaching legend overseas.
Good point, yeah.
So coaching is coaching. Sure, it's not the NBA, but this guy brought a pedigree and resume that was quite substantial.
Freak, and he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot. Freak's got 9 points.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
LeBron James on the wing. Off target there, that would have pushed the lead to double digits. Celtics trail by 7. Pass to Freak. 23 seconds left here in the third quarter. And the shot is good.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded out physical game.
That's the kind of look they can continue to go with. Maybe that'll help them create some separation on the scoreboard.
LeBron with it. 13 points in the game. Right side Irving with 4 seconds on the clock. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. 14 points for Kyrie Irving. And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the fourth. Cavaliers lead by 7. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play should begin momentarily. So it's a narrow win for the Cavaliers, pulling it out. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, I'm here with Kevin Love, and Kevin, a very big effort to come away with this game. What does it mean to the resiliency of this team to pull out a win like this?
We're just giving ourselves a chance to win. So, we're really just grinding it out as much as we possibly can. We're getting better every day. So, we're happy we got this win. I got to give it all to my teammates and my coaches.
Hard work pays off, Kevin. Great job. Guys, back to you.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. And as the fans file out of the building, now time to head over to Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith for the postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, LeBron James. He made all the key plays every step of the way. They depend on him to deliver these sorts of performances, and he helped carry his team tonight.
He had point guard numbers tonight, racking up those 8 assists. It was a really unselfish performance. He kept the D guessing all night. You could never get comfortable with him, trying to figure out whether he was going to take it for himself or set up a teammate.
We all know, anytime you got LeBron James on the floor, he's going to bring that will to win. He has so many tools in his arsenal he can throw at you, not to mention his defense. Literally, any night he can take over a game. Tonight we saw King James exert his will on the game.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.
The only color I care about is green, money. Now, you've certainly made some money so far, Freak, but it's time we make more money. I'm talking movies, TVs, endorsements, even your own brand Jordan sneakers.
I care about the game first, Dom. All that sounds great, but don't you think it's a little too early to be talking about all that?
Too early? LeBron was 12 years old in 6th grade when he was thinking Space Jam. It's never too early to take and make leaps.
I guess.
You guess? This isn't high school. This isn't college. This is the real world. And the real world is fueled by one thing.
Oh, money.
That's right. Money. Dollar bills, y'all. Why do you think they put presidents on them? Because that's what presides over us. I ever tell you guys about the first dollar I ever made?
No, Dom, but you're about to.
Yo, check this out. CC, this is a great story, right? So I'm 7 years old, Queens, New York, 1973. My older brother, Lonzo, he's got a lemonade stand. So that summer, I'm like, Lonzo, let me help out. Let me make a couple of bucks with you. He's like, all right, Dom, come on. I'll teach you the business. So I'm pouring tons of sugar. I'm squeezing the lemons. I got the lemonade stand all set up. I'm like, yo, I got this, right? So I'm watching during the course of the day. I'm noticing something Lonzo's doing. He's not charging for refills. That summer, I convinced Lonzo no more free refills, and we make $2,000 plus tips. Today, Lonzo's Lemonade is a national brand and publicly traded.
Oh, wow. That's dope.
I'm not here to impress. I'm here to improve and to assist. I'm like the Italian-American Magic Johnson, running point for Team Freak. No.
The only person running point around here will be me.
CC, look at my watch. What do you see?
Not this again. I've seen the movie.
This is diamonds and platinum. Gold, forget about it. Silver, forget about it. This is diamonds and platinum. It's power and speed. Freak, this is what you have. You are on your way to being the biggest thing in the NBA. I'm proposing now that we dominate off the court as well as on.
I can't believe I'm saying this, Freak, but Dom has a point. You've been establishing yourself on the court, and now it's time to take it off the court. Brand Jordan sneakers, the possibilities are endless.
Listen, Freak, you're going to have to decide the legacy you want to leave. But I'm not some agent from the Yellow Pages. I'm Dom Pagnotti. I'm the man, the myth, the legend, the king, #1. I'm the best. And I'm a shark. And the Pagnotti shark is working for you. And we got to set new goals and bigger goals, okay? I'm talking all-star game. I'm talking dunk contest. When was the last time you saw an NBA great in a dunk contest, huh? I'm talking first team All-NBA, first team All-Defensive team.
What about social media?
Yvette, great idea. Social media. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Let's kick it up a notch. www.freakinandvibing.com. That's right, your own website. I've already set it up for you, and it's running great.
Wait, hold up.
Listen, I'm in negotiations right now on a feature that will allow viewers to watch Freak and only him and his plays during the game.
Yeah, but you set up a website without consulting me?
Yeah.
When did this happen?
Last week.
Uh-oh. Oh, this is gonna be epic.
CC, I love you, but I got no time to waste, and you're out there busy doing whatever it is you're doing.
Whatever I'm doing? You know what? I'm really sick and tired of the disrespect. This is Team Freak, not the Dom Pagnotti Italian-American opera.
Cece, calm down, all right? Dom here, he's just trying to take us to the next level.
Look, Ming Ching, I don't even know why you're here when your job is to look good and shut up.
Cece, chill.
No, I'm done chilling. Between your clown agent and your gold-digging girlfriend, I've had enough.
Gold digger? You're the winner of the Lucky Sperm contest, and I'll have you know I am currently starting my own fashion line. I've already got model contracts from Beijing to Milan. Not to mention I graduated top of my class. Summa cum laude.
You mean thank you, Laude?
I don't need a man to save me or provide for me, okay? I got my own. Boo.
Okay, well, if that's the case, then why has all your success and fame coincided with your relationship with my brother? If you're really on top of your game, wouldn't that have happened before y'all even met? Right?
You know what, Cece? You're just jealous. It's okay, though. Why don't you just play the background, yeah? Enjoy the ride.
Y'all both done yet?
May I continue? Now listen, as far as movie properties go, I've already got a script based upon a story of your life, Freak, okay? So guys, check out these possible titles. Freakin' and Vibin', Life and Times, Volume 1. The Freak Chronicle, Freak the Fast and Furious, Part 1 does it, and this one's my favorite, Freak, you're gonna love this. He got Pagnotti.
Whoa,
You
okay,
love it,
all
right?
Dom. Yeah, but look, you're the man, but you're not the man. Okay, you work for me. You have to follow my lead. I'm all for your ideas, but in due time. As for now, I want to focus on the court, and we'll discuss some of your ideas at a later date. Understood?
Yo, we're cool in the gang, bro. That's all you had to say.
All right, good. Thank you. Vet, chill. You cannot let Cece get underneath your skin. But on the same token, you cannot go out of your way to piss her off. I don't have time to be playing peacekeeper between you two.
You know what? We need to talk about this afterwards alone.
Fine. Cece? You need to hold this together. You and I both agreed long ago that Dom was the best agent for me. He has delivered. Are his methods questionable? Is he a shark? Yes and yes. But he is our shark. He's what's best for me, which means he is what's best for all of us. Your job is to bring us balance. Manage the team, sis. We all need to be on the same page.
You're right. But blood is thicker than water.
You know, I ain't trying to hear all that. I'm not here to hold hands. I'm here to win games and achieve greatness on and off the court. But in order for that to happen, I need everybody to be on point. Essentially, get right or get gone. Yeah, I don't have time to be teaching you guys how to work together. It either starts now or I find it elsewhere. Squashed?
Squashed.
Zucchini'd.
Mr. Dom Pagnotti. Mr. Diamond and Platinum himself. It's a love-hate relationship.
What do you think about people who see your brother as just a meal ticket?
Well, that's why I'm there. I'm the gatekeeper. Yep. I can smell it from a mile away.
When you take time out for your own personal life, do you have a personal life?
I do.
Where at? I think Freak is your personal life.
You can think whatever you want, mister. But, I have a personal life. Thanks.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think that should end the interview right now. Yeah? It's great meeting you.
I realize this. Respect this here. Check.
I told you.
Hey guys, on today's episode of NBA